My goodness, that theme always comes in full force, and I have my headphone volume really loud. I need to turn that down a bit. My goodness gracious. So, some more triangle strategy. I recently started work on a bit of a new project. I was mentioning it during Kirby Shenanigans earlier today, where I've been in a class studying social robots and AI and how we interact with AI and such and such. And we have to do like a final project of sorts. And for that final project, we had a choice between like a few different papers, or we could do a creative work. So I asked my professor if I could do a video essay relating social AI to video games and such. How we, gosh dang it, I can't formulate my words today. How game developers will put in certain systems to make worlds feel more genuine, more believable with its characters, its NPCs, and how we as players may subconsciously attribute humanity to something that doesn't necessarily have humanity. And as I was thinking about this, and as I was thinking about, you know, the games I would use as examples for this video essay, I realized how incredible of an example triangle strategy would be. What with your war council making votes and whatnot, them all potentially being swayed by you appealing to different thingamabobs, them potentially not listening to you and just voting their own way anyway, and yada yada, so on and so forth. And I found that really fascinating. I was like, oh, triangle strategy is like one of the perfect examples to use in that. So I was like, okay, I need triangle strategy footage is what I need there. So here we are, some more triangle strategy. Does the stream title still say Kirby? I could have sworn I updated it to triangle strategy. I can go ahead and update it again. I don't know why Twitch is a little bit wacky here sometimes, but it should be a-okay now, I hope. So that's why I'm here. I can go into it a little bit more in depth maybe when we're in battle. I have a little bit more breathing room to speak. I found out something. You know how sometimes I make another save file just to like be grinding past the opening cutscenes? Yeah, it turns out I didn't unlock any new grinding maps. Which is why there's only 1 minute in this save file, and that's it, because I found out that there's no new grinding maps that I could do. So I'd only be gaining like 1 EXP with each thingamabob that I did in that anyway, so I might be screwed. This Kirby game, like, I update it. You gotta refresh now.
At the end of the battle against House Wolfforts,
I know, I think I started it with the wrong thingamabob.
leaves the field defeated. The victors, however, do not go by unscathed, repeated battles taking their toll on the soldiers. All goes according to Gustadolf's plan to weaken both houses. Landroy Falls, Lord of the Third of Glenbrook's High Houses, faces off against General of Laura.
Chapter 8, Part 3, Light and Shadow. Wait, so this chapter still isn't even over? It's still not over. Okay, I didn't even realize the Oscars happened, I'm gonna be honest. I thought this would be like the next chapter at this point. Maybe that's the reason why I don't have any new grinding maps? Because yeah, I checked here and I have no new grinding maps. These are all the ones that I already completed. Really? That sounds pretty wacky there. My goodness gracious. Yeah, I've never had any interest in like the Oscars or anything like that. I have a little bit of interest in the Game Awards, but not too much. The only awards I have any interest in are the Game Awards, and that's just to like be like, I wonder what's going on. I wonder. I'm not, you know, I don't care too much about like what gets awarded what. See, meme to hell, it's only been a few hours since it happened. Wow. Okay then. So I wonder if if this is still chapter 8, I wonder if we don't have to worry about doing another battle like anytime soon. If there's just gonna be a bunch of cutscenes and then it becomes chapter 9, and then there'll be a battle that I won't have grinded for. Oh crud. Oh crud. What's this character story here?
Seems as if the troubles never cease. I'd kill for a drop of ale.
I take it you and Benedict have seen your share of trouble. You have both served House Wolffort for many years, yes?
Aye. We both served Lord Simon since we were green between the ears. Through the good times and the bad. To see him now, you wouldn't believe the stories of what we got up to in our tender years. Even then, though, he was always the schemer. Always drawing me into his fanciful plots.
Has so much changed since then?
I don't reckon so. In any case, was there something you wanted to ask me?
There was. The other day, Benedict posed quite the strange question to me. Where snowbell blossoms bloom?
Indeed. I thought perhaps you had seen trace of the flowers while scouting with Flugy.
I've spotted clusters of them in the deep mountain passes before, but not of late.
So it is as I thought. They have ever been a rare sight, even more so in recent years. I had thought to procure one, but it may be wise to temper my expectations in that regard.
Life always finds a way to flourish. I am certain Anna and I can find one before long.
I would not have you chasing my idle fancies. You both have more vital duties to attend to.
Of course.
So, Benedict's looking for a snowbell blossom. What's so peculiar about that?
Nothing, if it were anyone else asking. However, I think you'd agree that Benedict is not the type to go picking flowers on a whim. They say that when a snowbell blooms...
That moment is frozen in time. Aye.
Precisely. You and Benedict both never fail to surprise. But of all flowers, why the snowbell? Does he have some lady love I'm unaware of?
I can't speak to that, but I'll tell you one thing, Hewitt. We've all got moments locked away and placed close to our hearts. You, me, even a stubborn-headed mule like Benedict. Like the snowbell, we want him frozen like that forever. And, like the snowbell, they're liable to shatter if we let another handle them carelessly.
I understand. I apologize if I was too forward. Let us forget the matter.
No, it isn't you that needs to apologize. I'm always telling Benedict no one likes being lectured.
It was enlightening. I see you and Benedict are true friends.
For lack of a better word, aye. Bring me a draft of ale, and I'll tell you all about our younger days. At least, what I can remember. I recall Benedict wasn't nearly as capable as he is now.
I may have to take you up on that offer.
Do you really reckon snowbells are still blooming somewhere out there?
Perhaps. Though I've not seen them in this region. They may still bloom in the southern reaches.
In other words, a trek and a half from here. Don't give up the search, my friend.
Serenoa's convictions have been strengthened. Okay. Let's see what's going on over in the... Wait. Oh, Nerzelia Mountains base. I was looking on the side like, where is this place? Nerzelia Mountains base defeated by Serenoa. Silvio desperately tries to flee. Well...
I must survive. Somehow, I must survive. Ah!
Escaping all on your own, I see.
Rufus, what are you doing here?
I came to collect my reward.
Reward? Since when were losers ever rewarded?
I remember our deal differently.
As do I. I was promised an invincible executioner. You are nothing but a fraud, a sheep in wolf's clothing. What's so funny?
I have a new deal for you. Pay me what I'm owed or die.
I cannot give you what I do not possess. But if you kill me now, you will have lost to Wolffort with nothing to show for it.
Go on.
If you let me live, on the other hand, I will find the coin to pay you. What do you say? Do we have a deal?
Fine. But if I don't get that money, consider your life forfeit.
Seems like Silvio Dudo's in a little bit of a tricky position then. Alright, let's see here. The Aesfrost army arrives in Falks to deal with the ever-defiant Landroy. Are they going to defeat him? Is he going to hold the ground?
Far too much blood has been spilled.
I know how loyal you were to the late King Regna. We may be enemies, but you still have my respect. I would invite you to join our ranks.
You would dishonor me so.
I prefer it to your death.
Save your pity for someone who needs it. Your master will never have our loyalty, even if it means the end of the three high houses. Your Majesty, I serve you even in death.
His plot foiled and bested in battle by House Wolffort, Silvio Tellior flees, leaving everything behind. House Falks fights valiantly, but ultimately loses to General Avlora's army, and joins their late king in death. Of Glenbrook's three high houses, Wolffort, Tellior, and Falks, two are felled by the iron hammer of Aesfrost. House Wolffort now stands alone, in more peril than ever.
So, two of Glenbrook's three high houses have fallen. Aesfrost's invasion took me by surprise at first, but this is quite the interesting turn.
Now Wolffort stands alone, having lost both the crown and its allies. There is no better time for us to act.
Then let us set the trap, brimming with bait enough to lure them in and keep them there.
As you command. The famed High House of the Saltiron War will soon be under your thumb, my lord. Having control of their land will make our deliveries that much easier.
Indeed, and House End will prosper more than ever. Brute strength is not the only path to victory. A truly wise man can win without ever drawing his sword. My lord, a bird from Sorsley End of Hyzant has arrived. He has offered to send us provisions and funds in light of our situation.
A most welcome offer, to be sure, but why would he extend a helping hand to us now? Could he be after something?
Undoubtedly, there are regrettably none so altruistic amongst the Saintly Seven. Seeing as Minister Sorsley has never shown much interest in other nations, I can only surmise this is a ploy to put House Wolffort in his debt.
As I suspected. But our people and soldiers need all the help they can get. Let us accept his proposal. We can deal with whatever ulterior motives he may have once we are back on our feet.
Understood. We shall discuss our countermeasures at another time.
I guess we're discussing our countermeasures at another time. First and foremost, now I gotta replay the alert as it happened in the middle of those cutscenes. Guzma coming out of nowhere, subbing for freaking 15 months now. I appreciate the resub there, Guzma. Welcome back into Team Enharmonic. Hope you enjoyed another month of the emotes and the sub badge and all that fun stuff and whatnot. All that stuff there. But the freaking tier 3 sub, you crazy mad lad. There's no point in the higher tier subs. You shouldn't do that, you crazy bad. I appreciate it all the same, but higher tier subs, freaking, they're pointless. So I don't want you to be, you know, doing stuff that freaking, you know, is like that. Essentially. Well, let's see here. Valora reports into Gustadolf, who muses on his next move. All right, let's see.
Congratulations on your victory in the Falk's domain, General.
Thank you, sir. They were proud warriors. And Lord Landroy a formidable foe despite his age.
I imagine he was content to breathe his last on his beloved fields. 30 years have passed since the Salt Iron War. It was time he was put to rest beside that bygone era. Avlora, it is time you had a rest as well.
What do you mean by that, Your Grace?
Your soldiers have fought long and hard. Any longer and their morale may suffer for it.
But what of House Wolffort? Prince Roland is still with them. Is that not cause for concern?
There are no lords left worth worrying about. House Wolffort stands alone after Roland's uprising.
Even so, we would do well not to underestimate them. Even standing alone, they once changed the course of the Salt Iron War.
House Wolffort is no longer the hunter, but the hunted. Or do you believe you understand something that I do not, General?
No. Forgive me, Your Grace.
Well, let's see here. Roland requests a favor of Benedict, who responds with a shocking proposition.
You wish to speak to me, Your Highness?
I wish to leave the Wolffort domain.
And you want me to persuade Lord Serenoa?
Yes. Though I doubt he will welcome the conversation after the scales have spoken. But the people are tired. their expressions grim. And this castle is no different.
Even so, the decision was made together.
Yes. But I think we all know that I am at the source of our troubles. The responsibility ultimately falls to me.
If you truly wish to take responsibility, then I do have an idea.
And I would hear it.
Give me that ring.
But this is proof that I belong to the royal family. What would you do with it?
Have you die for your people.
Well, I guess we're probably faking Roland's death, I would imagine? With the power of the ring? To identify some corpse, Travis and Trish's band happened upon a startling discovery on the riverbank. Oh my!
Hey, boss, come take a look at this.
The poor soul. Or maybe not so poor, judging by these clothes.
Hey, Pa! Remember what I said about that reward money?
Course I do. This might just be him.
Pa, take a look at this!
Shiny ring, huh? Is that the royal emblem? This has got to be Prince Roland.
The corpse is regrettably too damaged to identify, but the royal signet is unmistakable. Aside from Cordelia, there is only one who would wear the royal family's ring. There can be no doubt, this is Prince Roland.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but about that reward.
Thalas, give them their coin.
Yes, brother.
Thank you kindly for your generosity, Your Grace.
What a waste. Is this truly how the kingdom of Glenbrook meets its end?
House Wolffort are no fools. Their friend was only a liability. They have spared themselves by forsaking the prince. They may have escaped, but there are none who would help them. There is no reason for us to concern ourselves with House Wolffort any longer.
A shame.
Your poor brother, betrayed by his most trusted friend.
Oh, Roland.
So that's the end of the chapter. I should have kept going after the end of the last session, because then I would have been able to grind a little bit before the new chapter. I messed up. I might not be able to take on the upcoming battle. Whatever it is, who knows? I guess we'll find out. Well, let's go. It's chapter 8 completed. Gosh darn it. Oh, I'm getting mixed up with an Xbox controller.